The favourite, 175. Bo Cumis at 840. 280 for Clout. Lazy River, $3. Big Sid at 845. Number 10, Eric the Red, 665. And Rock Fun, 555. Let's check the Oak Stakes. Born to be Queen, 135. 640 for number 2, Heat of the Moment. 670 for Shankul Ass. $2 Rebecca Gay, she's nice and short. $7 Travel Light. $7.50 Dole Chesa. And down to number 11, Mrs. Mannering, who loves it wet, at $9.75. Ron Taylor's with me in the broadcasting box for the first, and wet it is, Ron, and the form today could be a bit tough.
I think it is. I think it's one of those days, Bruce, where you must pick the mud runners.
So Tortoe comes up, only a couple to come up for the November hurdle. We'll be having a preview after this race. Phil Gibbs with the panel in the mounting yard or under some dry conditions somewhere. Now Eric the Red joins them. Miserable old sight from here, unfortunately, but it's going to clear by the look of it. Now the light goes on. Ready for the first. They've got 2 hurdles just after the start, and away they go. Big Sid was away reasonably well with Royal Sea and Bo Cumis. Clout showing speed with a red with a white cap as they come to the first of a double. With a Vengeance got away well, and he jumped it all right. Tortoe ran out badly. Behind them, Lazy River with Big Sid. You can see them getting into the track as they come to the next. And on the inside, Rock Fun's been headed by Ha Ha, who's leading. With a Vengeance the outside. On the fence behind them, Bo Cumis, Tortoe, Eric the Red. Further back on the field, Clout, a length away to Skyros, is out 3 deep. Then behind them, Blazing Sentry. Next in the field would be Royal Sea. One of the last as they go over that. Second last, in fact, is Lazy River and Big Sid. Ha Ha led about 2 lengths. Blazing Sentry with a white face on the fence, second at the next. With a Vengeance, Tortoe ran out on the inside of those horses. Next is Big Sid with Bo Cumis and Clout, and also the outside, Eric the Red, Sky Ross, Rock Fun. About 2 lengths further back to Royal Sea, a length away to Lazy River. I said Big Sid was up about 4th. That was Bo Cumis, Big Sid last. Leaving the straight, they've got 2,300 to go in the November hurdle. Ha Ha led 2 lengths, Blazing Sentry, Tortoe wide, Bo Cumis the fence. They're really getting into the track. Clout on the inside of With a Vengeance, a length to Sky Ross, Eric the Red. Another length away to Rock Fun, a length and a half, Royal Sea, who's got well back. Lazy River a length behind it, and Big Sid. Over the crossing as they come to the first of a couple here. They've got 1,900 to go. And they approach this jump, and Ha Ha jumped it well by 2 lengths to Blazing Sentry with on the inside Bo Cumis. 3 wide With a Vengeance, 4 wide Tortoe. I don't think it'll bother them covering ground today though. Then Clout the fence, a length and a half, Eric the Red, Sky Ross being ridden along. Rock Fun next, then on the outside Royal Sea as they go over the next jump. 2 lengths Lazy River and Big Sid. Still all on their feet at the 1,600, 15 lengths between first and last. Ha Ha by a length and a half. Bo Cumis has had a good run. With a Vengeance travelling pretty well, 3 wide from Blazing Sentry. Clout the centre, Eric the Red the outside, Sky Ross with his ear scrubbed off. Further back on the field, Tortoe. In the centre of those horses, Rock Fun as Sky Ross goes backwards. Royal Sea third, last Lazy River, Big Sid. Ha Ha, the Boulders giving a dashing display as they go past the 1,400. Led 2 lengths to Bo Cumis, about a half to With a Vengeance, nice and handy. Eric the Red, 3 wide, making a charge at them as they go over the next, only 3 to jump. Then Clout further back on the field to Rock Fun. A Blazing Sentry in that group of horses. Royal Sea's improving, Lazy River under the whip. Tortoe back last, Big Sid and Sky Ross in front of it. Over that one. 2 left, Sky Ross put his nose on the ground. Ha Ha led a length and a half from With a Vengeance. Eric the Red, Royal Sea's come from third last with a mighty run around them. Clout still there, and they're about 2 lengths in front of Rock Fun, Blazing Sentry, Big Sid, Lazy River, a gap in the field, then to Bo Cumis, beaten, being passed by Tortoe, and then Sky Ross. Royal Sea's cut loose on the turn at the 600, and he's dashed away. Looks only a matter of standing up, led 4 lengths to Eric the Red, Ha Ha. On the outside, Clout, further back on the field to Rock Fun, then With a Vengeance and Big Sid, but Royal Sea's got a big gap on the straight. He's about 5 in front of Clout as they approach the second last. Knocked it down, but he's over it all right. Clout second. A gap to Eric the Red. Further back, Rock Fun, and then Ha Ha. They come up to the last. The top weight, he's about 3 in front. Clout's making a run at him. Royal Sea jumped it all right. Clout's running on pretty well. 5 lengths, Eric the Red and Rock Fun. Royal Sea getting into the centre of the track. Clout's finishing well. In fact, he's drawn level with Royal Sea, and he's taken the lead. Clout's drawn a neck in front, now a half a length, and he's going on to win by a half length to Royal Sea. 5 lengths Eric the Red, then Rock Fun, Big Sid, Ha Ha. Next home in the field would have been Lazy River, Sky Ross with a Vengeance, Tortoe. One that didn't finish was Blazing Sentry, and behind it, even further back in the field, is Bo Cumis. Now stand by for placings. Now let's have a look. There's been a fall there. The jockey of number 4, which is Clout, has fallen just over the line. And the horse, of course, has won. We'll have a look at this. Clout, I was going back through. Look, his saddle slipped. Well, he slipped totally. I've missed this. And off he went. Ron, did you see it?
No, I didn't. I was watching the finish, and then they just went out of my view here, Bruce. I didn't see what happened at all.
Gee, how lucky for punters of Clout, too, that Ardern's been able to stay on, because he's obviously come off about 15 to 20 metres past the post. Well, that's when the trouble started to start with him. And sensational there that Clout, he's been able to at least get to the line. This is one race that really hasn't been affected, fortunately, by scratchings. Beachgown 475, Jewel on the Crown favourite at 210, Water Show 275, Goodwood Lady at 770, down to number 8, Hippity Hop at 340, 13, which is Miss Clipper at 925, Opaque View at 305, and Penitent Lady at 1170. So let's have a look at the horse to watch, and in this race...
Let's call on Lisa Adams over here from T.A.B. Lisa will be bringing in our interviewees throughout the afternoon. I was making a long day for you, Lisa.
It does make it a bit of a long day, Phil, yes.
Do you follow racing very much?
Oh, not a lot, just the big days like this, the Cup and the Derby, today, Hoax Day, Ladies' Day.
Well, did you know that you're getting 12 new Boeing 737s, isn't it?
Yes, 737s, and they'll be coming in next July.
That'll be good.
We'll get rid of the old DC-9s,
Yeah.
yes. Be very good.
Well, we'll be seeing quite a bit of you through the afternoon.
Okay, then.
Thank you very much,
Thanks
Lisa. Right, now let's bring in our panel and have a look at our betting for the day. And quite a big day with many scratchings. In race 1, we had 5 and 14 out. In race 2, take out number 19 and 21. Race 3, scratch number 3. And then in race 4, we have 9 scratchings. Take out number 6, number 7, number 8, 9, 13, 15, 16, 17, and 18. In race 5, no scratchings in the Oaks. Race 6, scratch 1, 2, and 9. Race 7, scratch number 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 11, and 14. And finally, in race 8, scratch number 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 18, 13, 15, I'm sorry, and 16. That's 9 scratchings in race 8, a total of 33 scratchings in all.
Away they go. Hippity Hop from the inside got away reasonably well. Beachgown showing good speed with 4 burn and swings. Goodwood Lady going fast out wide. Nancrest coming across with the Jewel in the Crown, Opaque View. True Verdict's heading out to join those on the outside. Miss Clippers in the centre going quickly. And Buckingham Lass and also Water Show and Sentry Waltz. Down to the inside and showing good speed. It's 4 burn and also Beachgown together. Water Show just behind them with Sentry Waltz and Swings. Buckingham Lass has moved up to join those. About a length away, Sky of Stars. Madam Slipper, Hippity Hop well back. Miss Clipper. Out of it, Penitent Lady rather, and further back on the field then to Slick Jewel on the outside. Goodwood Lady in front, about 3 lengths. Jewel in the Crown's in the centre of the track at the moment and well back. Opaque View in front of it with True Verdict and Nancrest. Sentry Waltz at the 400 led 2 lengths on the inside from Buckingham Lass, Water Show. Sky of Stars and Beachgown struggling. Goodwood Lady looks to be in front out wide. Jewel in the Crown's gone to the centre with Nancrest, but the outside looks to have it at the moment. Goodwood Lady well clear with about 150 to go from Sentry Waltz and Sky of Stars. Nancrest running on pretty well, but this is going to walk in Goodwood Lady by about 4 lengths to Nancrest. Tight for third. Maybe Sentry Waltz just in front of True Verdict. Then Sky of Stars, Miss Clipper. Further back on the field, Madam Slipper, Jewel in the Crown. Next home, Hippity Hop, Beachgown, Water Show, Opaque View. Then Swings, Buckingham Lass, 4 Burn. Penitent Lady was one of the last with Slick Jewel. Well, no doubt there, Graham, that the outside, though she didn't get right up against the outside fence. She was about 5 off, wasn't she?
That was very interesting because there would seem to be some indecision down at the start when they jumped away about just who would be going to the outside and who wouldn't. And I noticed Craig Dinn, of course, was one of the 2 that really wanted to go over, and but he didn't go right to the outside rail, so that was quite interesting.
Mick Dittman on Jewel in the Crown was sort of caught between the devil and
No man's land.
He
yes.
was. He wasn't either in or out for a long time of the race. Now 4-9. Nan Crest right down the outside, and Sentry Walsh, who's done a really good job, Graham, to lead them up clearly on the inside for 3rd.
Yes.
Go listed race for the Bar on Moor. Colin Hayes has already trained 1 winner today. He's had a fairly light carnival. Away they go. Claus ran into Romantic Game after the start. Dead of Night was away all right on the fence. Market Rate out in the centre, and then Golden Lantern. Line of 5 at the moment. They're all a bit keen to get away from the fence, as you can see. Dead of Night on the inside. Romantic Game with his head on the side wants to get into the centre. Din. Claus on his outside. Good duel between Din and Gouchy at the moment. Then Golden Lantern and Market Raid. Over that crossing, they're about 5 off the fence. Again, Claus and Romantic Game knock one another together, and Golden Lantern shading them. Behind them, Dead of Night. They're having a real bumping war, these 2. And Market Raid under the whip. Golden Lantern at the 400, led from Romantic Game. Gee, Claus, I don't know. He's running all over the boat. Dead of Night on the inside, and then Market Raid, but Golden Lantern in front. Claus doesn't look at all comfortable. Romantic Game second from Dead of Night. Claus couldn't possibly win. Golden Lantern's 2 in front and racing away from Romantic Game. Dead of Night, Claus and Market Raid getting right out into the centre of the track. Golden Lantern hanging out badly. He's going to win clearly. It's a real go second, maybe Dead of Night. 3rd Romantic Game. Well, the long odds on favourite Claus was never comfortable, and Market Raid last. Gee, Des, they've had Din and Gouchy have had a real duel there. Romantic, haven't they?
Oh, it was unreal. Some of the horses on Saturday, you know, and the track wasn't as heavy as that, they did the same thing. They floundered, and those horses did exactly, and they were inexperienced gallopers there, and they certainly were all over the place with no rail to guide them. They all wanted to get out into the middle of the track, where you see they've just finished there now. Of course, Cliffy Fowler's horse just led all the way, and, you know, no worries at all really there. It was too good, Golden Lantern.
Crouchings, Loyal and True at 8.65. The Vagrant 7.10. Caesar's Right, who can handle the heavy, 3.25. Clip Boss, $5. Crown Ransom, very short, 2.05. Total Band, 3.10. Avanotto at 10.15. Surprisingly, Brightman Verdict, the favourite, at 1.75. And Plim at 8.25. They're the openers on race 4, the Ballantine Country Cup, and the horse to watch is the Vagrant. His last start. There's been some good horses win it. Rooney back in 77 and Uther in 66, probably the best. Now the Vagrant is set, or almost set, not quite. Avanotto. Loyal and True was placed at an Australian Cup here, Murray, so he is a quality horse.
Yes, he's been a good horse throughout his career, and his appearance today too, Bruce, I thought was a credit to trainer Mick Winks.
Now the Vagrant, another go. Almost. They keep working on him from the back. Avanotto, meanwhile, behind the line. And the other horse. Light on. Gates crash open. Away they go. Brightman Verdict away pretty well from the inside. Crown Ransom and the stablemate Avanotto, 2 of the best out. Plim going fast early. Caesar's Right just behind them with Clip Boss in front of it. Loyal and True, the Vagrant. And Total Band last of all. Past the 1400, Plim's moved up on the outside of Avanotto. Brightman Verdict, the box seat. A half to Crown Ransom the outside. A length to Clip Boss, 1 off the fence. Loyal and True. Caesar's Right is 3 deep. A length away Total Band and a half the Vagrant. Plim's gone for home. Rates 4 lengths in front. In second placing is Avanotto. 2 lengths to Brightman Verdict. A length away Crown Ransom. Caesar's Right 3 wide at the 1,000. Then Loyal and True, Clip Boss, the Vagrant and Total Band. Well, Plim's about 5 lengths in front, 900 out. In second placing, Avanotto, a length away, Brightman Verdict. Caesar's Right, Crown Ransom hanging a bit and deep. Loyal and True, the fence from the Vagrant, third last. Second last, Total Band and Clip Boss last of all. Plim led 4 lengths at the 600. They're getting off the fence behind him. Avenotto second, Bright Man Verdict, White getting to the centre of the track. Then Caesar's Right, Loyal and True, Clip Boss, the Vagrant out wide, travelling all right. Behind it, Crown Ransom, and out very wide on the track, Total Band. In the straight at the 400, Plim led by 3 lengths to Bright Man Verdict, the Vagrant going pretty well. Total Band down the centre of the course, Caesar's Right, Clip Boss getting right up on the fence, Loyal and True. Clip Boss drew level with Plim, the Vagrant, Total Band, Bright Man Verdict. Caesar's Right's coming with a good run. Bright Man Verdict headed by Total Band out wide, the Vagrant and Caesar's Right. I think Total Band's in front out wide. Caesar's Right, the Vagrant and Bright Man Verdict. Total Band's in front, a great ride. He's won a half length, the Vagrant. Nearly a dead heat third, Bright Man Verdict and Caesar's Right. A gap of 10 lengths to Clip Boss, Plim, Crown Ransom, Loyal and True and Avenotto. Oh, he's a jockey, this bloke, Jim Cassidy. What a ride. He's decided, Murray, that he knew exactly where he wanted to go, and that was the centre. He's a master jockey.
That's right, Bruce. And I'll tell you what, these boys who grow up in New Zealand, they learn quickly about heavy tracks, don't they?
They sure do. That was a superb ride by Cassidy. That horse was back second and third last. He sized the situation up. You'll see on the head-on later on when we show the replay how wide he is. He got right out in the centre. Yeah. And he's won by about 3/4 of a length, I suppose.
Certainly has. But the funny thing is that as wide as he was, Bruce, Cassidy actually wanted to go out a little bit wider.
Next event, of course, is the big one of the day. It's the Oak Stakes. Now, the betting $1.50, Born to be Queen. She's going to run favourite, no doubt. Heat of the moment, $5.95. Shankill Lass, $6.40. Rebecca Gay, $2. Shinakima, $10.45. Travel Light, $6.25. $7 Dolcezza. And down to number 11, Mrs. Mannering, at $8. That's the openers on the Oak Stakes, which is race 5. Now, the horses to watch in the Wakeful. Heat of the moment out wide. Dolcezza, I pinpointed her because she was 3 wide all the way in 85. The Vagrant 215, Bright Man Verdict 90, Quinella 25.25, Trifecta 182.25, Extra Double, Goodwood Lady and Total Band 34.45. Seen a pretty good stayer or two win it too. Lightfingers in 64 wasn't too bad.
I'll say she wasn't. She was very good. And even I remember a horse called Jingle Bells. That was her main claim to fame. I think she might have only won the Oaks, but she was a stayer, and that's why she did win it on that particular occasion.
She ran in the 1600 3 starts ago, then 1000. Away. Big one of the day. One of the great races in Australia. Away. And they caught them in a good line, as you can see, and ridden out with a whip, Shinakima, to go to the front, and she will lead. Valley Grove, Dolcezza away well with Mrs. Mannering. Heat of the moment's last. English Schmidt a bit wide. Born to be Queen the fence. My Tristram's Bell. Pam Phil in the centre of those horses. They go to the first turn. Shankill Lass is trapped a bit deep. Canny Lass, Rebecca Gay back third. Last inside of it, Travel Light. Heat of the moment, Rain Fast last of all. Shinakima setting a solid pace, led 2 lengths Valley Grove, English Mint, Born to be Queen, a lovely run, Dolcezza the outside. Mrs. Mannering 3 deep at the 2000, My Tristram's Bell. Dipman's 3 deep on Shankill Lass, Pam Phil the centre, on the fence Travel Light, Canny Lass. Rain Fast taking off 3 wide, 1.5 lengths to Heat of the moment, and Rebecca Gay last. That's where they were in the Wakeful, 1800 out. Shinakima tries to slow them up, Mrs. Mannering moves up to join it almost. English Mint third, Valley Grove the inside, Rain Fast 4 deep, Shankill Lass the centre, Dolcezza. A length further back on the field, Born to be Queen, My Tristram's Bell and Canny Lass. On the fence next is Travel Light, back second last, Heat of the moment, and last of all is Rebecca Gay. They've got about 1600 to go. Shinakima by length, the Valley Grove. Mrs. Mannering wide, English Mint the centre, Rain Fast, Dolcezza. 3 lengths to Shankill Lass, and on the inside of it, My Tristram's Bell from Canny Lass. Then Born to be Queen, further back on the field, then to Pam Phil, Rebecca Gay. Second last, Travel Light, and Heat of the moment's last of all. 1100 to go in the Oak Stakes. Shinakima, 1.5 lengths, Valley Grove, a half English Mint. Dolcezza, Mrs. Mannering, then on the outside, Rain Fast 3 deep. 2 lengths, My Tristram's Bell. 2 lengths away, Shankill Lass, Canny Lass, Rebecca Gay. Travel Light, Born to be Queen's got a long way back, 1.5 lengths Heat of the moment. And last of all, Pam Phil. Some of the favoured ones well back at the 800. Shinakima led a length to English Mint. Mrs. Mannering and Dolcezza's going all right with Rain Fast very wide. Valley Grove, Gouchy's gone to the fence. My Tristram's Bell, Shankill Lass. Born to be Queen's third. Last in front of it on the turn is Travel Light, and also Grove back with Travel Light. Heat of the moment, Pam Phil and Rebecca Gay into the straight. Valley Grove got the run, but she's on the inside. English Mint, Dolcezza joining in from Rainfast, Mrs. Mannering, Shake Your Lass, Born to be Queen. Quinton's coming right down the outside. Dolcezza took the lead at the 300. In second placing, My Tristram's Bell from Valley Grove. Born to be Queen's finishing well out wide, but My Tristram's Bell's taken the lead from Dolcezza. Born to be Queen can't get to them, and the New Zealander's going to win. What a performance. She's 3 or 4 in front of Dolcezza, and Born to be Queen only arrived in Australia the other day and wins the Oaks. Tight for second, Dolcezza or Born to be Queen. Then Rainfast, Valley Grove, a long gap to Travel Light, Shank Your Lass, English Mint. Next home, Shinakima, heat of the moment. Pam Phil behind it. Further back on the field would have been Mrs. Mannering, Canny Lass, and Rebecca Gay was last. Well, that's a great training performance. That horse has arrived in Australia in the last week. She ran on October the 28th at Waikato and ran second over 2,100 on a fast track. But today has won the Oaks Stakes, ridden by Noel Harris, who, of course, rode Kiwi on Tuesday and trained by A.L. Jones. Now, I'm pretty sure that's Alan Jones, the husband of Linda Jones,
that's
who was
right,
the great, the first
lady
pioneer.
rider. Yep.
I can remember at Morphettville when she rode Northfleet to victory in the West End Stakes. It was the first woman to win on a metropolitan track in Australia.
He's a pretty cagey trainer, and the horse carries the colours made, not famous, but we know Palomino Star, the gentleman that owns Palomino Star, runs in these colours. And the horse certainly, well, the only thing she could do is she just outstayed them in the conditions. I mean, Born to be Queen over at the Sterling sign there, the Foster sign there, truly it was beginning to go backwards, and I thought, well, I don't know what's happening here. And then on the turn into the straight, Born to be Queen's got out into what is considered the better going. But you saw Valley Forge make a heck of a lot of ground over on the fence, turning for home, and it's allowed it to even plug away. But there's the winner coming through on the inside again of Valley Forge, and, well, she was able to handle the conditions much better. Dolcezza ran a great race, considering that she is still a maiden, and Born to be Queen has got second. And then we saw Rainfast plugging away, and Valley Forge also. So Valley Grove at least, but it was a bit of a race, but you can't take anything away from the winner. And as you say, here today and gone tomorrow. 1 minute she's in New Zealand, the next minute she's winning the race.
15.35 and 3.25 the winner. 75 Born to be Queen. Dolcezza $2, 2:45.5 the time. It's 11 seconds outside the record held by Fountain Court, who of course was a very good stayer.
Another big win to Sir Tristram. Stop.
Amazing the run that Sir Tristram's had. It's in the really big races. He's just been so good. Well, Des, what about some of the beaten division? Rebecca Gay ran a shocker.
Oh, well, Rebecca Gay, he did move a little earlier on her today, about the 1200. He made a move from last. She went for about a furlong and a half. That's about all you could say. All I can put it down to, the whole thing is that the winner was so superior in the going today. A lot of the horses, I think, if you were to run it on firmer going, you would get a different result, but that wasn't to be.
Des, that's Linda Jones who's leading the horse back. Linda stopped the stand in Adelaide at Morphettville when she won the West End Stakes on Northfleet. She rode here in Victoria.
Yeah, she'd stopped the stand today too. She's still pretty petite.
Sure is, and she was a great person as a pioneer for women jockeys. We've seen them come through in recent times with Jackie Pujol and more recently Therese Payne. And Linda,
she did have an accident, I think, that put her out of race riding. Didn't she have a fall?
Yes, she did. A very bad fall.
Good to see her looking so well today, anyway.
She looks great, and we'll be talking to Linda a little bit later on. So Noel Harris, who had the disappointment of Kiwi on Tuesday, it's not quite the Melbourne Cup, but it's not too bad. It's $150,000 Oak Stakes, Group 1, and this filly is now worth a king's ransom because she's beautifully bred. She's by Sir Tristram, and this is the way she did it. She came through near the fence, which horses haven't been able to do, and look at the gap between Born to be Queen on the outside and My Tristram's Bell on the inside.
Unbelievable.
Heat of the moment's behind Born to be Queen, but as Des said, and I couldn't agree more, run it on a dry, firm track, and I think you would have got a totally different result. I'm not saying this isn't a good filly, she is, but I'm saying that some of the horses that ran back in the field would have run much better.
If's a little word with a big meaning, but today's the day. It was at quarter to 3 or 20 to 3 on the 7th of November that we had to worry about the weather, and my Tristram's Belle, who had to be renamed because we must have a Tristram's Belle in Australia before she lobbed, and she's had her name changed for the first and only run she's had in Australia, and she's won with a new name. But she's a very good filly, and on the day she was much too strong.
The base fee, 180 Rash Dancer, big odds Caroline. Let's Get Physical favourite at 160, 1250 Rash Flyer, Seeger at 785 with Harry White to ride, and Tone Phil at 340. It's 31 minutes to the Linlithgow Stakes. The horses to watch.
There we have the Tote Dividends, My Tristram's Belle, $15.35 and $3.25. Second was number 1, Born to Be Queen, 75 cents. And the third, number 7, Dolcezza, $2. Quinella, $20.45, and the trifecta, $685.55. And
weather conditions are holding firm here for the moment, which is great news. Now they're locked away, light on. Gates crash open. Caroline missed it a length. Tonefield just a bit slow. Rash Dancer away well with Seeger. Let's Get Physical in the early stages. Base fee just behind those horses. Rash Flyer up early with Tonefield the fence, Mandira at 12, and Caroline last of all. 1,200 metres from home, and Let's Get Physical's finally going to go to the fence and lead from Rash Flyer, Rash Dancer, Seeger. Base fee getting through to be second now. About a length further back to Tonefield. Caroline second last, Mandira 12 last of all. 900 out, Let's Get Physical well off the fence. He's getting out wider. Base fee a little inconvenience behind him. Rash Flyer the inside from Seeger. Tonefield's got right through on the fence. Rash Dancer in that group of horses. A length and a half further back to Caroline and Mandira at 12. Let's Get Physical led from Rash Dancer. Tonefield's joined them on the rail. Base fee out wide, Rash Flyer behind them, a gap to Seeger, Mandira 12 being wound up, and last Caroline into the straight, 400 to go. Tonefield just led, Let's Get Physical. Rash Dancer the centre from Base fee, then Rash Flyer and Mandira 12 trying to wind up with Seeger. Tonefield, Rash Dancer, Let's Get Physical, Base fee's about a length behind them. Rash Flyer's running home well out wide, Tonefield just in front of the 200 from Rash Dancer. Let's Get Physical under pressure, Base fee, Rash Flyer finishing well. The little girl hands and heels on Tonefield. Rash Flyer's the challenger. Tonefield's in front. Linda's riding hands and heels. Rash Flyer's gone. Nearly got there, I reckon. Rash Flyer maybe a nose to Tonefield. It's a thriller. They're wide apart. Then Rash Dancer, Base fee. Next, Let's Get Physical, Mandira at 12. Seeger was second last, and last home Caroline. Well, from where we are, Tonefield's won by half a length, but the outside just has this fantastic advantage, and I've got a feeling Rash Flyer will get up. It's a thriller. It's Tonefield on the fence. We'll get a much better idea here. Rash Flyer coming home, and they have hit it together.
That's very, very, very tight. That is really a very hard angle when they are far apart.
It's an absolute thriller. Linda Giorgetti sat down, hands and heels on Tonefield. She's ridden a mighty race. Rash Flyer's finished right over the top of her, 127.4, and I could feel, Vivian, about 50 metres from home, you were almost going to pull the whip on Tonefield to get her home.
Oh, and I thought she rode a terrific race, Bruce. When everyone else was trying to get out wider on that outside going, she came off the fence a bit and snuck through on the rails. She didn't cover an extra inch of ground.
Well, now the approximate dividends for the 7th, the openers on the Eurovox, and there's a number of scratchings. Bill Banjara is 240, Dingle Bay from New Zealand 165, down to 9 Arctic Blur at 505, 4 Dees at 280.